Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. What? I'm posting a video on a Sunday? Y'all, I am so excited because the brand new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet Eyeshadow Palette and Lip Oil just came in, and I really want to get this up, tell you guys all about this. You guys want to know about this newest collection, all the launch dates, what type of look I create, everything about this, well then definitely keep watching. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. You guys know how much I love Blend Bunny Cosmetics so much. I have literally been reviewing them since they launched their Blends palette. Like, I think I was like one of like the first or second person to post a review, and I still love that palette to this day. It's still one of my absolute favorite palettes. But let me introduce to you guys the brand new Sickly Sweet palette. Now, this is gonna be a 30 pan Spoiled Rotten eyeshadow palette. It's going to be definitely a beautiful pastel feels with a mix of shimmers thrown in the mix. This actually does retail for $44, and it's going to launch on September 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are talking about pushing up the launch date by 1 day, but they haven't made any announcements, and if they decide to do so, I would definitely let you guys know. But here is the brand new Sickly Sweet eyeshadow palette. Now, I have to say, I absolutely love the outside packaging, like, because it is going to look exactly like a candy feel, right? Like, it has like a candy feel with like the cotton candy, but it also has a little bit of the skull on the inside. And when you open it up, you're gonna have those beautiful array of pastel shades. Now, I really do like about this palette is I love that it's a different tones of pastel, so you can create so many different various looks with different undertones with each pastel shades. Like, they have like everything that you can have to deepen, do transition shades. Like, Maggie really truly created a really gorgeous palette with some shimmers in here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this palette is a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic. I'm a little intimidated when looking at this palette because I'm kind of like, okay, she's just kind of thrown all up in here. But I did actually hear someone say that it's a beautiful concept because it's kind of like a candy bowl where candy is just kind of thrown into the mix. It's kind of like the same thing because it's like a candy, it's like a cotton candy sweet vibe, like a sickly sweet vibe inspiration. And I can see where it's like candy all thrown in together. That's kind of like the shades in here. So there definitely are just kind of mixed up in the palette. And as a makeup enthusiast, I can definitely be like, all right, just give me a second. I can rearrange this in my mind to create really beautiful looks, but I do know that as like an average consumer, this can definitely be very intimidating and it's a little chaotic, but honestly, I have to say, Maggie creates some of the best formula out there. So while this may be a little intimidating to play with, I just know this formula is going to be chef's kiss. Maggie just creates the most beautiful formula ever. I'm absolutely obsessed with the mattes. I swear they blend on their own, and then the shimmers are just so damn good. So yes, this is chaotic and a little intimidating, but we're definitely going to be doing two different looks today to see what we can create with this. And I'm actually really excited for the challenge that this palette kind of presents itself to me. So we have the palette right here. And then they're also launching two different lip oils. So these actually do retail for $12. There's going to be a blue tint lip oil and a black tint lip oil. Now, they only sent over the blue one because the black still hasn't arrived yet, but they sent over the blue tint. I'm actually really excited because these are like cotton candy, like flavors. These are like cotton candy scented, and I absolutely love. I just love my blends lip oils. I think they're so good, so like high shine and creamy. Now, I know that a lot of people are not the biggest fan of like a blue tint because it can like make your teeth look a certain way, but I will say I love putting like a blue tint on top of like a neutral lip because it can really like kind of enhance it. I'm so excited because like the lip oil formula on this is truly just so creamy, so buttery, and it just has a really nice scent. And it's also $12, so it's super affordable. Now, I do want you guys know I do have an affiliate code with Blend Bunny Cosmetics. It is code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off your purchase. What we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom on in. I'm gonna do two different eye looks because right now when you look at this palette, you're like, okay, wow, this is definitely more of like a spring Easter palette. But I want to show that you can do like a spring Easter look with this, but you can also do like a fun. But you could also do like a fun Halloween look with this as well. I want to show the versatility of this palette by doing two different looks, by doing like a spring pastel-y Easter vibe, but then like a Halloween vibe at the same time, where you can pretty much use this palette all year round. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in and we're gonna get this started. Okay, so I'm gonna do two different eye looks today. I have on a new press on nails. I really do enjoy doing the press on nails. They're so much easier to work with. Okay, so we're gonna do like two different eye looks. I'm gonna do like a spring pastel, like summery vibe here, and I'm gonna do like a Halloween vibe here. So we're gonna do the shade on this side, Center of Attention, which would be like this beautiful, like bright yellow right here. Now, I really want to know, because I know pastels are a little bit harder to work with. I love pastel looks because they're just so freaking pretty. But I do know they're a little bit harder to work with because sometimes you do have to use a color base underneath. So I'm really curious to see if I'm going to need to use a color base, because when I was swatching these, oh my God, the pigment on them, I was like, damn. Maggie was not playing. So we're going to start to pack this in the inner corner. Now, I do want you guys to know, if you guys did not know, this Maggie's second palette called Surge is actually being discontinued, which I'm really sad about because I really, really love that palette. So if you guys do want to get your hands on it, I definitely recommend going ahead and picking it up because once it's gone, and it is just such a beautiful palette. I hate seeing it going. Like, it's making me so sad because I love, love, love that palette. So we're going to lay this down right here. There definitely is some fallout on the face, but so far it's laying down really, really nicely. I guarantee if I use a nice little color base, it can have more of a pop. But for me not using color base, this is pretty pigmented. This is pretty pigmented. Now, I want to let you guys know if my intro was off, it's because I don't ever film on the weekends, like ever. So it's kind of weird for me to film on the weekends, but I wanted to get this up. Because it came in yesterday in the mail, but I did not have time to review it because yesterday I actually went to like a pool party. My amazing friend, I'm going to go into the shade called Feeling Blue. No, I'm going to go into the shade called Glow Stick. Putting that right next to it. One of my really good friends, Cody J Artistry, which I've told you guys about, I am his video editor, invited me and a couple other influencers over to his house for like a little pool party yesterday. It was actually so much fun. Cody's house is just true goals. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's just kind of nice to kind of like just hang out with friends and just, you know, decompress a little bit, which I really, really, really needed. So I wasn't able to get this up yesterday, so I'm getting it up today. But I was like so excited when I saw it got delivered, but I was already on my way to Cody's house yesterday. I didn't want to wait until Monday to film this. I wanted to get this up as fast as I could because I really, really love Blend Bunny. And the launch is happening this week. And I know that you guys love Blend Bunny too. Like, such a gorgeous brand. Do we see how nice this is blending together, by the way? Now, I'm sure people are not really understanding the concept behind this, like, you know, rolling out the pastel palette during the month of Halloween. We're going to go in the shade called Feeling Blue. And I will definitely say this is definitely not a Halloween palette, but I do think you can do some Halloween inspired looks with this palette. I think you could also use this palette for Halloween as well. Like if you want to do like fun creative looks, you will have the opportunity to with this palette, which I think is really, really nice. And plus Blend Bunny formula is just so freaking good. All right, then I'm going to go into the shade called Frills and Thrills. Such a cute freaking name. This honestly reminds me of like a little like cotton candy, which is like the purpose behind this. And there was actually one year that my best friend Jenna, before she passed, she dressed up for Halloween, and she dressed up as like a gumball machine because she unfortunately had no longer use of her bladders, so she did have to have it's not a catheter, but she had to have like this tube that connected straight into her kidney, her back. So that was how she was able to use the bathroom because she no longer had the ability to use her actual bladder. So in order to disguise it, she dressed as like a gumball machine, and she went all out. I'll insert a picture so you guys can see. And this is what this is reminding me of a little bit, is Jenna as a gumball machine, and it's just really bringing back sweet, sweet memories with her. And I can safely say that she would have absolutely like loved this palette for sure. She would have really loved playing with this palette, especially like she was like really, really big into Halloween, and she would have saw this and she would have just been like, oh my gosh, I can do so much with it and create really fun like festive looks for like Halloween using this palette. She would have loved it. Now with pastel shades, you guys can see they are a little bit more difficult to work with because they can blend away really, really easily. But like I said, if you put down a colored base, they could actually latch onto the color base and pop so much more. I actually do have color bases specifically for this purpose, but honestly, I really want it to be something like light and simple that you can just kind of use to create just a really fun, pretty look. But if you want to have longevity, I definitely recommend putting down a colorful eye base for this to stick down too. But this is just kind of where we're working at right now. As you guys can see, the yellow has kind of dissipated just a little bit. It is what it is, especially with these type of shades. I kind of know what I'm dealing with when I'm working with these. Like, it doesn't bother me because I could just pack on some more color and just be like a little bit more careful with it. But I just still think it's like so pretty, like such a pretty, pretty look. And if I was like a graphic And if I was like a really good makeup artist, like you can put like a white liner with this and it'd be so freaking pretty. So let me just put a base on this eye and we're gonna do like a really like nice like Halloween inspired look. At least like in my mind, I could picture this being like somewhat Halloween, but like candy inspired as well. I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the other eye. I'm gonna start in the inner corner. I remember when I used to do that all the time. I don't know why I stopped, but we're gonna go into the shade called Cotton Candy right here, and we're gonna put that in our inner corner. This is like a beautiful like dual chrome shift. It is so freaking pretty. And we're just gonna start to place this right here. I'm gonna take the shade called Big Feelings and we're gonna put that right next to that. Another like beautiful like dual chrome shade. Oh my god, it is so pretty. I'm trying to put that right here. All right, then I'm gonna take the shade called Spooky right here. We're gonna put that right next to that. I almost dropped my palette. Okay, and then right next to that shade, before we're about blending it out and making sure it's nice and blended, we are gonna go into the shade called Brooding. Brooding right here. Ooh, it's almost like a pale black. I like that shade a lot. Tap that in right there. And then we're gonna start to like blend it all together. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to quickly clean this up right here. We're gonna come back with my makeup on. We're gonna do the under eye together, followed by the lips. I think I might actually do a black lip. I think I was gonna do neutral lip, but I think I'm gonna do black lip instead because I wanna show like how it can go with both. I'm excited. So to finish off the eye looks, we're gonna go back into this palette. I'm gonna do like the same thing I did on top, but with different shades. So we're actually gonna go into the shade called Sugar High. And we're gonna put it in the inner corner, and then we're gonna follow up by the shade called Fake It, then I'm Fine, and then Cry Baby right here. I kind of want to like use the different shades because even though they are like the same colors, they have different undertones to them, and they make it great for like transitioning shades and using them to blend out other shades. I think it's really beautiful. I really love how Maggie does that with all her palettes. If you ever like notice, whenever she does a really colorful palette, she makes like the same shades, but like in different versions, so you have different variety to use them. And I just, such a like genius concept. I freaking love it. So I'm gonna take that first shade and we're gonna start to put this right here in the inner corner. Like so. That green shade, I'm probably to put right next to that. Go into the shade I'm Fine. Perfect freaking shade name, by the way. Perfect. And then go into Cry Baby. Right here. Oh my god, it's like a lighter version. It's so pretty. For this eye, I did take the shade called Morris and I did line the upper lid with this one. So now we're going to go into the shade called Cry If I Want To, and we're going to lay that against the waterline right there. Like I said, I'm trying to utilize as much shades as possible. So we're going to lay the shade very lightly against the waterline. And then I'm going to take the shade called Rosy Cheeks right there to blend that out with. God, that's Kaya. That is my sweet girl, Kaya. Okay, so for this eye, we're gonna throw on some white liner, and then I'm gonna take this shade right here called. Cupcake, and we're gonna put that at the inner corner and brow bone. Oh my god, that is so freaking pretty. And then for this eye, we're actually gonna go in with a pink pink liner. Ooh. That is so pretty. And then for the inner corner and brow bone, we're actually going to go into the shade called Crying Sparkles. Oh my god. That is such a freaking cute like shadow name, Crying Sparkles. That's so sweet. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to put this right here. Like this is like an icy blue. And oh my gosh, this is so freaking pretty. Then I'm going to line my lips with the ColourPop X Snickery Black Liner. Okay, so I just kind of like filled it in completely because I realized I don't really have a black matte liquid lip. I really need to get a black matte. Everything else that I have is more on the glossy side or is like a demi matte, and I need this to be like an actual like matte. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Sugar Rush. This is gonna be in the shade called Sugar Spun. Like I said, there is a blue tint and a black tint. The black tint is gonna be coming in later, but we do the blue tint right now. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna lightly go over the black lipstick. I feel like this is gonna be so pretty together. It smells just like cotton candy. It smells so good. And this is the final look. All right, guys, and this is the final look. What do we think? What do we think? You know what I really like is that this can definitely be like still like Halloween vibes right here, even though the pastel like springy Easter look, like with the black lip and the blue tint, it can definitely be like like nice, like still like Halloween vibes. But then like we have this side right here, where it can definitely be Halloween vibes as well, which I think is so freaking nice. I think the black lip just pairs beautifully with both, honestly. And I kind of living for this side with the black lip. I'm loving this side. I don't know, there's something about it. I'm just like, oh. They're like on a white shirt and like a black leather jacket, and I am living for it. So here we have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet palette. Now this does retail for $44. You do get 30 beautiful shades in here. Definitely a mix of matte and shimmers and some duochrome shimmers in here as well. And I have to say, you know, at first when I was looking at this, I was like, I have no idea what type of look to create. I thought it was very chaotic, a little bit, very intense. And I'm someone who, like, I'm not a makeup artist. I just love to play with makeup, but I'm someone who plays with makeup all the time. And I was even looking at it going, I don't know what to do with the layout. Honestly, after playing with this, I can see myself playing this palette a lot. There's so many different shades you can create. There's so many different looks you create using this palette. And I feel like it definitely is versatile for all year, not just like the spring season and not just like the Halloween season. I do like how you have a mix of those really light pastel shades, but definitely some deeper shades thrown in there as well. I think it's a really beautiful, beautiful chaotic mess. Like, honestly, chaotic mess. I think it's gorgeous. I think Maggie did a really good job really capturing the essence of like a pastel palette. She did so good with the different variations of like the same color. Makes it so easy to do blending and transition shades with. I love the way that she did that. I'm not the biggest fan of the layout, but I do think it's a really gorgeous palette. I love the way that they have the shimmers just kind of thrown in here. It definitely is like a candy bowl just kind of like thrown in all together. I love the way that she did that. I love the concept, and I definitely think it can be used all Halloween season as well as all year round as well. So I think Maggie did a really good job. I feel like, especially feel like it's so hard to kind of capture like a pastel palette to make it work, and I just think that like she did a great job. Like, I did like a, look at that. I did like a spring look and then like a Halloween look. You could use it for so much. I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful palette. I think it's going to pair really nicely with her other palettes. And then we do have the two lip oils. Like I said, I only have the blue one. The black one will be coming in. Now I could definitely see myself using the black one a little bit more than the blue one, because the blue one by itself does kind of make me look like I have like different colored teeth, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do like pairing this with a black lip. I think it's really, really pretty, or like a really beautiful like brown lip would be a really nice pairing as well, because I loved when I mixed my Milk Makeup like gloss with a blue one right here on top of a neutral lip. It was so pretty. This would be the same exact thing, and plus it smells amazing. It's so high shine, and it's also so affordable. It retails for $12, and I just absolutely love the Blend Bunny Cosmetics like lip oil gloss formula. So overall, I think this is a really beautiful collection. I think it's a sickly sweet collection, and it's going to be launching on Friday the 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, there's a chance that she will be moving the date up until the 28th. If she does, I will definitely let you guys know. And of course, if you guys want to use my code Allie, save you guys 10% off, you guys are more than welcome to do so. But yeah, this was actually a lot of fun. Definitely like challenging for me, which made it more exciting. So I really had a good time with this. So that is it for our random Sunday video. If you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.